Welcome everybody. We are going to be doing a video on runes today. Just some basic information and then some tips and tricks perhaps that I've learned over the years. But this is definitely not for veteran Diablo 2 gamers. This is more of just a basic how-to video for runes. Okay, so what are runes? Runes can be found in any part of Diablo 2. Any enemy has the capability of dropping a rune. In any difficulty, so normal, nightmare, or hell. So any difficulty can drop a rune. Runes are valuable because in the right sequence, imbued into socketed items such as weapons and armor found in the game, you can make something called a rune word. So what's a rune word? Rune words are special items that have vastly stronger powers, usually exceeding any power of a non-rune word if it happens to be class specific. If it's not class specific, it can still be a great addition to your character until you find that right piece of equipment you're looking for. So there are three classifications of runes. There's low runes, there's mid runes, and high runes. And so low runes are generally from L rune to Thul rune, because Thul rune, from L to Thul, you only need 3 of a kind, and you just cube them in your cube from Act 2. After that, these gems, or sorry, these runes, you need chip gems, then you need flawed gems, then you need like standard gems, then flawless gems. But practically, a lot of people just consider L to pull about like their lower class runes, and then to Vex, maybe even to be kind of mid runes, and then these are the high runes right here. Is really kind of the start of high runes, but depending on the beginning, middle, and end of ladder, which this is pretty much the point of these videos, because in non-ladder you can't cube runes to make them higher, so this is just for ladder only. Yeah, so is kind of the transition from mid to high rune, and generally speaking, most people consider to be a high rune. Okay. Alright, so moving on. So where can you find runes? So as I said in part 1, runes can be found anywhere in the game from any enemy killed, but Countess is by far one of the best ways to get runes in larger numbers, and as I stated before, so ladder is the only place that you can do upgrading of runes with chipped, flawed, standard, and flawless gems with your cube. So if at the beginning of ladder you don't have runes and you're trying to get high runes or mid runes, it can be actually really helpful to just do some magic finding runs and go down to Countess. The reason why, because Countess has a guaranteed drop of generally 1 to 3 runes per kill, and as you can see here, she dropped 1 rune for me. But the nice thing is that you can do this in normal, you can do this in nightmare, you can do this in hell, and obviously in normal, chances are she's just going to drop lower runes, but that's totally fine. You can just upgrade them. Same thing with Nightmare. In Hell, most often she will be dropping lower runes, but has a higher chance of doing mid runes. She doesn't actually drop high runes, but the highest rune that she can drop is an Ist rune, and that's pretty close to a high rune. So if you do enough runs, this can be a really good place to find high runes. The last thing I'd like to talk about is a tip that most people know about for single player, but I still feel like there's some value when you're playing on Battle.net, and that's super chests in the lower cross. So most of the time there'll be just one camp, but sometimes there's 2. So I still think it's worth doing. The difference is that obviously if you're offline, you have the map like I do here, but if you're online, what I'd say is most people don't like to do them because they think that they're just wasting their time. But you could spend maybe 20 minutes to a half hour every night if you have time, and that way at least you're getting a chance to pop in the chest and getting some high runes. It's a super fast way to get high runes because it's up to chance, and those particular chests in the lower Karas have a better chance of dropping them better than any part in the game. So I hope this video was helpful for you, and I'm grateful for everyone for watching these videos. Sorry about the editing. I'm still learning how to do all that, and I got some new editing software, so hopefully the quality of the videos will hopefully be going up in the next year. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.